everybody, welcome to my March wrap-up video. As you can see, I have a good stack here. I read 2, 4, 6, 7 books, so that's probably the best month I've had so far. And we're going to obviously run through them all with my ratings, reviews, non-spoiler of course. If you've read anything, let me know in the comments if you had and what your thoughts were. I will refer to my reading journal, so if you see me looking down and can't see what it is, it's just my reading journal that I'm looking at. And yeah, let's make a start. Need to find the first book, they're a bit out of order. So, the first book is called The Winning Ticket. It's by an Australian Brisbane-based author called Alison A. Andrews. And I got this from our local indie bookshop, Fables and Froth. You get a cute bookmark and you also get like a card from the book as well. And it's also signed too. This was my first read by the author, and I really loved the Queensland based, Brisbane based attribute of the romance story. This is the first book in her romance series, which is 4 books I believe, and I think there's a new one coming too. Challenge wise, it met the 2025 Challenger book set in the state that I live in. I live in Queensland, which is where Brisbane is, so that was super cool. And I gave this one 4 stars. It was pretty good. I'm currently reading this month her fantasy series, and I'm super duper excited because tomorrow I actually get to meet Alison, the author, which is super duper exciting. So it was nice to read one of her books in March and some of her books in April as well before I got to meet her. I do plan on continuing with this romance series once I complete her fantasy series, and I'll definitely keep an eye out for any new stuff from her as well, because I really enjoy her stuff. So that was an awesome start to the month. Let's see what we had next. Oh, this next one was a good one too. This next one was the first Frida McFadden book that I've ever read. I finally read The Housemaid, the first one, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It's such a great read. The author is really good as well. I've had this on my TBR for like ages, and it met a couple of challenge videos. It met my cover challenge, which I'm doing this year for the blue book, because obviously it's blue. And it also met my 25 books to read in 2025, which was one of those, which is awesome. Definitely a great read, and I will definitely continue the series. And I'm not sure if you'll see, but I have a little bit of a Frida McFadden collection hanging there for after I finish the series as well, all in between. So yeah, recommend both of those so far. And then our next one is 6 Crimson Cranes. I was really looking forward to this read, but it was very disappointing. It's classed as a YA book, but it read even younger, more like a middle grade to me. I started off with the physical book, but I couldn't get into it, so then I jumped to the Audible on Audible. But I just couldn't get into it. I only gave it 1 star. It was very childlike, and the story was just about food more than the like fantasy side of it. And yeah, the little bird or crane or whatever, it was just annoying. So yeah, I didn't like it, which was very disappointing. I should have probably DNF'd it. It was a weird story. It focused on food quite a lot. And yeah, I should have really just stopped instead of pushing myself through it. But it was one of my books on my 25 books to read in 2025, so I just sort of kept going with it. Yeah, so it would probably be a good middle grade read, but not YA or older age bracket. Yeah, I just didn't gel with it. So yeah, therefore I got rid of the second one the other day as well. Yeah, disappointing that one, but we then had a good one. I wanted to read something that I knew I was gonna love next. So I went full Sarah Adams. Can't go wrong with Sarah Adams. And I finally read Practice Makes Perfect, which is the second book after When in Rome, and the third one is Big Brother and Steel, which I have read. This one I gave 4 stars. This was also on my 25 books to read in 2025, so I knocked a lot of that challenge in March. Yeah, so finally got to this one. Highly recommend. Sarah Adams just is one of my favourite authors, and after, you know, the other tragic read, it was nice to get a good read. We then have The Flock by Kate Stewart. You can see some of my tabbing going on. I have started to like just tab things for my local book club reads, just so I can reference things and whatnot. Yeah, so this was a book club read for a local book club, and I wasn't really a fan, disappointingly enough. It was meant to be like a Robin Hood retelling, but there's absolutely nothing about Robin Hood. I even read like the first chapter of the second book which is in there, and yeah, it's nothing like it, so don't go off of via that, which is what I did. It's an okay read. It was just super duper spicy, like spice in every chapter, and the story was just a bit based around the main character sleeping around and taking drugs and hanging with all these guys and stuff, and yeah, it just wasn't what I was thinking it would be. It wasn't for any challenges, it was just for my book club. There was a lot of abuse in the book as well, and yeah, it just wasn't for me. If you love it, that's good for you, but it wasn't for me. So yeah, that was that one. So we had a couple of pretty bad ones, but you get that with reading, and you don't know until you try, do you? And that's what these review videos are about too, because you don't know. And we're all different as readers too. I finally read Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. My first Jessa Hastings book was Never, which I read last year, which was a Peter Pan retelling, and I loved that book so much. I finally read Magnolia Parks. It was okay. I gave it 3 stars. It just wasn't engaging to me, the story, and yeah. Jess's writing though is just easy to read, and it flows really well. So it's quick to read her books. This one was an average one for me, but I now understand the bee reference that everybody talks about. And I can understand why people like it. It met a couple of challenges. Firstly, 25 books to read in 2025, and the 2025 challenge, a book with a name in the title. So I met a couple of challenges with it. I do have Daisy Hates, the second book. I will give that a go because I have heard that things improve and the second book is really, really good. So I will give that a go and then decide from after that second book if I will continue or not. But it was an alright read and I can see how people love it. It's very up in that sort of rich dynamic world. It kind of gave me OC vibes, if you know the TV show OC. I kept thinking of that. Yeah. So we'll see how we go with Daisy Hates, the second one, and we'll go from there. And the last one that we read was Scarred from the Never After series. I finally read the second one. I do have the full collection on my bookshelf, so I will keep going with it. This one, however, I gave the first one 5 stars. I really enjoyed that one. What was the first one called? Hooked. I really loved that one. This one, it was a bit poor for me. I only gave it 2 stars. No particular challenge. The first one had more of a story and plot to it. This one, the spice sort of took like the story away. And I couldn't really connect with any of the characters for entertainment purposes at all. Yeah, the spice was a bit descriptive for me in this one. I know there's a lot of spice in them and I was prepared for that. But yeah, this one in particular I wasn't a fan of, but Hooked I loved. I don't know what the third one is. So we've got Wrecked, Twisted, Crossed and Hex. And yeah, I will continue with the series, but unfortunately the second one didn't agree with me. So yeah, that is my March wrap up of everything that I read. Let me know if you've read any of those and you loved or didn't like them. Yeah, so a bit of everything read for March. We had some poor reads, we had some middle reads, and we had some great reads. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Check out the description box because I always put my Instagram on there. So if I can't film, I always take bookish photos. So hopefully tomorrow I can get some photos from the book Beat Up with Alison. That'd be cool. So check out that if I do. Yeah, so I've got my Instagram in there. I've also got my Goodreads in there. I've just started on Storygraph, so I'll put that in there as well. What else? Yeah, let me know what you guys read in March and what you loved during the month, or what you're currently loving in April. And I'll catch you all in my next video. There will be a little bit of a break after these 2 that I filmed today and over this weekend. Next week, unless I do something while I'm away, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, I'll catch you when I get back. I'm just having a week off for personal reasons, and then I will be back in action like anything. I'll definitely keep reading, of course. Catch me on Instagram if I do anything footage wise. Yeah, so thank you again for joining me, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!